Hello, this is wmpyr. Okay, I'm excited to make this video. I was looking at knife defense videos on YouTube, and then some guy said something like there's this Krav Maga guy who is like super legit. He's the real deal, and if you want to see the best knife defense stuff, then watch this guy's stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, so I got to go check it out. So I did. I watched one video. And I don't know the gentleman, I don't know his name, so forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. Let me just call him Instructor Ite. So I apologize if that's wrong. Okay, so anyway, let me go over what he demonstrated. Okay, so the first thing he did was a double forearm strike onto the arm. Okay, and in Eskrima, at least the Eskrima that I teach, the Heaven 6, all this, the stance that we use this to strike. So the double forearm like this, whether it's here or some other modification, we strike with this. So, it was refreshing to see that. I mean, it's the same thing that we do. The difference is, the way that I teach it is we do it to the body and the head area. So we go direct here. He was doing it to the arm, and I think, why not? Why not the arm? We attack the arm too, so go ahead, do it to the arm. The only problem that I have with that, and it's not really a problem, concern. The only concern is that I want this arm, right? Because this is the arm that has the knife. So I want this, I want to catch, and I want to secure, I want to control this arm. If I'm blasting it, his arm's it might do that. And if it does do that, I just made it a little harder for me to grab it. I have to commit even more. I might have to go after it a little bit more. So that's my only concern. So I'm not saying it's bad, but the forearm strike idea, like I said, this is the same thing that we do. I like it, right? So from here, boom, he does this, and then he goes right here, and then he says, place it, press it against the body, and make it nice and secure. I 100% agree with that. That's exactly what I've been showing you guys, whether it's here, with this arm, or over here, whatever the case. Pin it against your body and secure it. That is super important. So whether it's underneath, or over, or with this hand, underneath or over, or, there's so many different combinations you could do, but it doesn't matter. Pin it to your body, okay? So from here, he goes into a takedown, and then an arm lock on the ground where he has one knee on the guy's, head area, I believe, and the other is on the rib, and he's getting in an arm lock, so you can twist the arm, twist the wrist, and then do the disarm, okay? So the general idea there follows the same formula that I teach, that I've been teaching you guys, which is number one, catch. I don't care how you catch it, catch the damn thing. It starts from there. But know that the catch is temporary. It's not going to last. So you have to, if you battle from the catch and you think you can hold this, then that's where you can really get hurt. Like I said to you guys before, if he just pulls his hand back like that, I could already be cut on my hand because I'm trying to hold his wrist. He has a blade, and just like that, I got my hand cut, and it could be pretty deep. So know that once you catch, it's not going to last, so you have to secure it, right? So once you secure it, the next step I said to you guys is from here, we have to isolate it back to the wrist right here. And then that's where we can do the disarm, okay? Instead, what he's showing is very specific techniques. Very, very specific techniques. So once he gets to secure, so he secures the arm, then like I said, he goes for a takedown, and then that he gets the arm lock, right? The only problems that I have with that, and there's nothing wrong with it. You may be in a situation where that happens. It might happen, but it also might not, right? And the fact that you have to do the takedown and then the arm lock, if you follow this the way he's doing it, then those have to work. You have to do it. And if it doesn't, then what do? It's, well, good luck. You know, it's going to be a scramble, right? So that's what I don't like, is because if you teach something very specific, and I'm not saying what he's doing is wrong, okay, because that was just one video clip of technique. So right there from that video clip alone, it's just techniques that he's showing. And I've said to you guys before, techniques versus a system, system's always better. I'm sure he has a system, but in that video clip it's just specific techniques that he's presenting. So what I'm giving you guys here is a blueprint, which still, it works even with his system. So number one is catch, secure, and then the next step is you need to isolate. What I like about what I'm showing you guys, the isolation, the specific technique that I'm showing you to isolate the technique, to isolate is, okay, so we get the arm, right? We secure it to the body. And then how do you isolate? The isolate is you're moving back like this, away from the guy, and you see that stretches out the arm, and then I can go for the wrist now, okay? But as I'm stretching this out, I'm cranking on the arm. And within this moment, he's going to be fighting this, he's going to be resisting this. I can strike, I can be doing stuff like that. And then I could rip with my whole body to try to get that disarm. So what I like about that is that it doesn't rely on a takedown. So it doesn't matter, I don't need a takedown. And it doesn't rely on me getting a submission hold, because the submission hold, I'm trying to get, if I try to get him in a elbow lock right here, and it may not work because he's fighting it, you know, and then I can balance some of this stuff, and then I go again to try to isolate, and then it may not happen because he's, you know, he's coming in this way and whatnot. So then once again, I work on striking, boom, knees and stuff while I'm controlling this, and I'm working on isolating again, isolate, and then at this point, I might be able to get the disarm. So this disarm that you basically seeing me do right there, I mean, you can see I could put a lot of torque into it. The bad thing is, I'm not as controlling his arm as what he demonstrated. Obviously, what he demonstrated, where you got the guy pinned between, you know, your knees, and you're pushing him down on the floor, and then you're cranking on his elbow, and then you can control the wrist. That's way, way more ideal. That's way better to do. It's also extremely hard, much, much harder to do. What I'm showing you is not as good, but it has a much higher percentage. You can work from there. If you see an opportunity to do what he did, at any given point from right here, and I'm struggling with a guy and I'm landing some shots, at any point, if I can get the takedown, then go for it. If you can get that arm lock, go for it. You know, the techniques are still there, but what I'm showing you guys is a lot more rudimentary. So it's more like in boxing, I'm showing you the basic block kind of thing. So from here, you know, rather than he throws a punch, move out of the way, and counter, which is way better. I'm just saying it's harder to do, you know. But still, even what he showed, my formula will still apply. So I really liked what he showed. And okay, so the difference, what's the difference there? If you're military, right? You're military and you learn what he did, what he demonstrated. You just learn the technique. Forget the system, nothing complex. You just learn the steps that he showed, and you just practice and drill that and drill that. And then in a real life situation, either you get it or you don't get it. You go for it, and either it happens or it doesn't happen. That's the way it is. You know, it's a very high risk situation, but that's the thing about military guys. You go in there and you don't hesitate, and you know, you just commit full force and you just go in. And then hopefully, because you know, you're in that mindset where you're just going to go, 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 and hopefully you'll be able to pull it off. That's military, you know. I think it's a little bit better if you could have options, you know, but options are harder to do. And what I'm showing you guys is basic. It's more basic than what he showed. What he showed is you got to do this. Step 1, step 2, step 3. You have to follow it like that, you know. And maybe he shows options, but it pretty much do this technique, do this next technique, do this next technique. So it relies heavily on technique. What I'm showing you guys is way more basic. It's a formula. It's a concept, you know. Catch, secure, isolate. You can apply that to many different kinds of techniques, many different kinds of martial arts styles. So that's what I'm showing you right there. When I was grappling, my friends in high school, we watched the first Ultimate Fighting Championship. We got all excited, so we went to the backyard and we're like, all right, let's do this. Let's find out who's the best grappler here, kind of thing. So when we're doing stuff like that, right, I basically had 3 moves. That's it. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was very committed, and I didn't hesitate, and I was very stubborn and determined, and I just went and did it. I knew I had to get a rear naked choke. My rear naked choke, the skill wasn't there. I did it wrong. It didn't matter. That's what I was going for. I will get to your back and I'm going to get it. That's how that was, and that's how I did it, and I, dominated with that. Now, against a better opponent, I won't be able to do it. They're going to shut me down. So that's where the technique and the skill comes in. And then in that case, you got to break it down more to where you have a basic concept and then be able to work from there. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.